So a few days ago, a video from Greg O'Gallagher of Kinobody caught my attention, and I feel there's a lot of lessons that we can pull from this that I couldn't wait to share with you. But more than anything, I really can't wait to hear what you think as well. Now, the reason this video caught my attention is because the thumbnail said, stop doing full body workouts. And it just didn't seem congruent. Like, from my understanding, like Greg built his Kinobody brand around doing 2 full body workouts a week in addition to intermittent fasting. So I initially was expecting this to be like clickbait. Like, I'm going to open this video. He's going to be like, April Fools. Sorry, I just wanted to pull you into this video. But no, like starting watching this video, like he was full out adamant that full body workouts suck and he's never going to do them again. So I'm like, am I missing something? Like, did I get the wrong impression all along? And I'm not one to check the comments below videos, but this time I'm like, I gotta see what others are saying, if anyone else is feeling the same as me. And like, sure enough, it was loaded with a whole bunch of confusion from others who have been following him from years and go like, this is the complete opposite of everything that you've been sharing with us all along. And you were quite adamant about the old way that you were saying, like, why so like this is a dramatic difference, and really adamant about it. And some guys saying like, dude, like I've been following you for over 6 years now, and all I do is full body workouts because of you and your advice, what you've been teaching. And he responded to, I think, most of those comments, but his responses were short, just nope, never, which didn't sit well with me because he started that video saying, I did full body workouts for years, like definitely he did a lot of full body workouts in his lifeline, spent a good chunk of his life doing full body workouts. So how can you say, nope, never? Like that didn't sit well with me. And then there was others who were like, bro, like I have one of the programs that I purchased from you here, one of your ripped body programs that's twice a week, full body workouts. You're doing chest, back, and along with that, you have deadlifts on workout 1. Along with the chest and back, you also have Bulgarian split squats on workout number 2. So how can you say it's not full body workout? He's like, quadriceps. That was his response, quadriceps. I'm like, okay, like, yeah, maybe those movements are quad dominant. You're still working glutes and hamstrings in there. I would still personally technically consider that a full body workout. But it gets me to like point number one of the lessons, semantics. I mean, I think a lot of the confusion, a lot of the debates out there within the fitness industry comes down to semantics, just different ways that we interpret things. Like some people may consider a full body workout. You have to basically work every single muscle in your body directly in order to consider it a full body workout. Like, if you don't train your tibialis anterior, is it no longer a full body workout? Like, I guess you could make an argument for that. Or if you just do a chest exercise, a back exercise, and a leg exercise, whether it's a squat or a leg press, like, is that considered a full body workout? Even though you didn't do direct work on biceps, triceps, or shoulders or abs, is it still considered a full body workout? So semantics are involved and just cause a lot of misunderstanding out there, which is why it's really important to hear people out, like truly hear their perspectives, have an open mind, don't be defensive right out of the gates there, hear them out to see like why they think the way they do. So clearly he didn't think it was a full body workout that he's sold out there because he feels it's more just quadriceps and not as much hamstring involved. So that's semantics. So that's what he believes. The second lesson from this comes from the commenters themselves. Like those people are like, I've been following you for 6 years. All I do is full body workouts because of what you've taught. You've got to be very careful with that. Like just because something works for one person or you really resonate with that one person, like what's most important is that you are looking within. Like you have that heightened sense of awareness as to what suits you best. You're not doing something just because someone else says it's the best. It's like having that heightened sense of awareness to what is truly going to serve you best based on your body, the exercises that work for you, the training split, the number of days per week of training that suit your schedule best, the amount of time that you have to be in the gym that suits you best, what you enjoy the most. So doing it for yourself, not just because someone else says it's the best thing for you. So big lessons there. You don't have to follow everything that I say. Take it in. Try it out. Try other things from like I encourage other people to follow other people's workout programs as well. Like, get a variety in there so you can experiment with a heightened sense of awareness as to what's going to serve you best. Now, the third lesson from all of this is that it's good to change your mind. You should change your mind with things. Like, as you evolve over time, you learn more about yourself. You learn more, like you're educating yourself. You adapt your programs. This has been something that I've been talking about in my videos for a very long time, that it's very important for your training to evolve as you evolve. Now, for myself personally, for years, I was training 6 days per week. It's about 8 years ago, I dropped it down to 5 days per week because I just wanted more time on the weekends with my family and to do other activities. When I started doing yoga 3 years ago, I dropped my weight training down to 4 days per week. For the past 2 years, I've dropped it down to 3 days per week. It's just been my training, the number of days I've been training has evolved to suit my schedule and other activities that I want to include into my lifestyle. So, like, for me right now, the most important thing is taking a more balanced and holistic approach. That wasn't me years ago. I just loved bodybuilding. I just loved being in the gym with my bros, and that's what resonated with me. Some people ask me, like, if I could go back in time. Like, I love full body workouts right now. You hear me raving about full body workouts right now. You hear me raving about the benefits of weight training 3 times per week, but you don't hear me telling you that this is the only way you should train. I mean, even in the Lose Fat, Get Jacked inner circle, members are following the same 3-day program as I am, but I also design workout programs that are 4 days per week and 5 days per week for the members who thrive from that. We're all different, and we're all at different stages in our lives, in our journey. So different days of training are going to suit us best. And then you can adjust your training split to kind of accommodate the number of days per week that you're training. Like, for the longest time, all I did was mostly, like 95% of the time, body part split routines. It was only, I think it was 2012-ish, when I started incorporating more variety on a consistent basis, like upper lower push pull leg split. That led me to working in some upper lower splits, some push pull leg splits, some different hybrid training splits. And now mostly, I'd say 80% of the time, it's full body workouts. But I like to work in some other splits as well for variety and to keep my enthusiasm high and to just challenge my body in different ways. Just the change in itself is a good thing. I like change. Change is a very important thing there. So the problem is, why I see a lot of the confusion out there from everyone else and why I was so confused, is when people find an approach that they're enjoying right now and this is the only way. They become hyper obsessed. Like, now I know. So it'd be like me going, like, now finally, because I'm thriving from 3 full body workouts per week, now I finally know 3 full body workouts per week is the best. It's not. It's the best for me right now. It doesn't mean I'm going to be following 3 full body workouts per week the rest of my life. Who knows how my life is going to change down the road. So because Greg took a pretty harsh stance all this time, like, this just seems so incongruent. But now it's like, even like this, it's a harsh stance in the exact opposite direction. I've seen the same kind of thing happen with Paul Carter, because he was very much, his hierarchy of the best splits was a body part split routine number 1, full body workouts was always on the bottom. Now it's completely flipped the opposite direction. Full body is most important, the best, most effective, upper lower is second best, and then I think push pull legs, and then like body part on the bottom. So like, people are like, damn, like, you were so adamant about body part splits being the best, and now you're like hyper adamant that full body workouts are the best. Like, how? It's just, and again, this is the reason why you shouldn't like just take someone, just because someone else is finding that that's best for them, doesn't mean you should just stick with that only. You should continue to have an open mind yourself, because they're likely going to change their mind, and then it leaves you feeling confused and almost losing your identity to some sorts there. Very similar to the intermittent fasting video that I posted the other day, meal timing video that I posted the other day, where one of my colleagues was like always a raving fan of intermittent fasting, like just adamant, like that was the best way to lose fat, to have your mental clarity, mental focus, be most productive and everything. And now he's like, for the past year and a half, been having breakfast, and now he's like, no way. Like breakfast is the best way to now that I've been doing this, I realize breakfast, if you have that in there, it's the best way. So like, again, if you buy into one method, I just recommend you have an open mind with all of this, and be willing to experiment. But the most important thing is to look within, to have that heightened sense of awareness as to what truly suits you best. Now, the fourth lesson we can pull from this comes down to programming. So one of the reasons why Greg is so against full body workouts is because it can be exhausting. And the way he's talking about it, he's like, if you're doing 3 sets of bench press, giving it your best effort, training to failure, or like 1 rep in reserve, and then you do pull-ups, maybe it's weighted chin-ups, 3 sets to very close to failure or to failure, and then you get to squats. Like, you're gassed at that point. You're not going to be able to give your best effort to those squats. You're just going to be spent. It just takes too much out of you, and it's going to be too hard to recover from. And this is kind of one of the reasons why I didn't like full body workouts years ago, and why I stuck with body part split routines, because that's kind of what I felt. I was kind of looking at the powerlifting approach to training, where they're in the gym for like 2 hours at a time, doing several sets of the bench press, several sets of rows or something for the back, and then several sets of either squats or deadlifts. And like, this is just, it's too much. Like, it is taxing on you. And again, I only had a limited understanding of how powerlifters train. You only see some of their workouts. You're not seeing everything behind the scenes, where they have some workouts that are just on accessories and everything. So again, with all this, you're only getting a small picture of it. So the way I was designing workout programs 20 years ago, when it came to full body workouts, I was like, no wonder I didn't like it at the time. The way I program full body workouts today, 20 years later, after 26 years of coaching experience under my belt and education through materials out there, research, books, courses, my own personal experiences, my clients' personal experiences, 26 years of that adds up to a greater understanding of what truly is best. And so like, if I do like a heavy chest pressing movement, the back exercise might be like a straight arm pull down. Legs might be leg extensions and leg curls that day. So you're working in more accessories with it. If I'm going to do squats for chest, it's definitely going to be a fly exercise. For back, it might be shrugs or something like that. Something that's not going to place any extra stress on the lower back or anything, not anything that's going to be too physically demanding. So you balance things out. You structure your workout in a way that's going to allow you to give your best to everything else. Because if I do a squat, yeah, that's going to take a lot out of me. If I go to a fly, I can still crank out a lot of effort. That's a big difference than trying to do a bench press after a squat, something like that. So you structure your programming in a way that accommodates all of that, allows you to properly recover. So I don't want to use age and inexperience as, well, it is. Age and experience does play a role in all of this. But again, I was in his position. I totally understand it. I'm going to look forward to hearing how he talks and teaches 20 years from now, when he has even more, not just training experience, but life experience under his belt as well. So the bottom line is, like, everything works. It's just a matter of having an open mind, trying different things, and seeing how your body responds, knowing that as you evolve in different stages in your life, you're going to have stages of your life where you are busier and you don't have time to spend in the gym like you did once before. You have to adjust your training based on that, because that's what's going to suit you best in that moment. So those are my thoughts and intakes on all of this. Again, like, nothing against Greg or anything like that. These are just some valuable insights from what you see in the fitness industry as a whole, because it's certainly not alone. You see a lot of, this is what causes a lot of the confusion in the industry, because there are so many contradicting approaches out there. But when one person completely flips to the opposite end of the spectrum, and like, they've raved about both of them, like, then you're like, whoa, well, I feel a little bit lost from all of that. So it's why I encourage you to have an open mind. I've had an open mind throughout, and I'm willing to adapt. I'm willing to change, and knowing that the approach I'm following right now may be best for me, but it's not best for everybody. And why if I could go back in time, I would let my younger self know, like, this is how good I'm feeling right now. But my younger self absolutely loved to be in the gym 6 days per week. And yes, although I know my body was accumulating a lot of fatigue from that, maybe it wasn't the best for my body at the time. It's what I enjoyed at the time. I wouldn't take that experience away from my younger self because it made me who I am today and allows me to gain as much as I am right now from my training at this stage of my journey. So looking forward to your comments down below.